he's lunged like that. And then he goes to this. Shh, stop. Yeah, maybe I'll get this. Yeah, there we go. Shh, drop. Yes. Okay, good boy. You see that? That was so much quicker. Did you see that? All right. We got Mr. Rudy here. We're going to be working on some drop it with him. So I've got the toy here. He's got his leash and his training collar on. And I'm going to go ahead and just let him get into this, right? I want him to feel like it's a full blown play session. And then what I'm going to do is, good boy, I'm going to let him get into it like this. Drop, drop. Okay, so good. So he's continuing to go there. Drop. Here's where I'm going to come in with the leash. So I'm going to apply some pressure here on the collar. I'm not pulling the toy. Drop. Good. 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 So I actually was holding beef liver, a treat this whole time, and I wanted to trade him out, but I see that he wanted to continue to go after the toy some more. So, so really, again, we need to apply pressure here also. Okay, when he doesn't drop it, but if he does drop it, I'm going to go ahead and reward him with that food. Okay, so we're gonna let him get into it here. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Drop. Drop. Drop it. Good. So it's taking me again some pressure there. Okay. To get it off. Okay. Yeah, good boy. Get in there. Get in there. But yeah, guys, we have to actually teach our dog how to drop things, how to let go of things, how to give us things that are in their mouth, right? And we need to do that again as an act, as like actual teaching, and get some reps in and get some practicing in. So that way, one, I think your dog is already less likely to be, putting things in their mouth that they shouldn't, or trying to turn it into a game where then your dog potentially shows you attitude when you're trying to get it away from them, right? So because they understand, like, oh, right, I put things in my mouth with you. Like you let me know what I can chew on and play with, and you are molding that habit for me. Drop, drop. Okay, so some pressure here, pressure, pressure. Good. He releases. I release the pressure, but second time already, he's gone after the toy again, right? He's jumped up. He's lunged like that. And then he goes to this. Shh, stop. No. And then he bites the leash. Okay, so let's just apply some pressure here. Okay. Shh. No, no, no. So he wants to bite my hand here. Okay. Shh. Shh. Okay, so we'll just go up. Shh. No, no. Shh. Shh. No. So now it's kind of become more into a back and forth here on the leash, right? So he's not liking that control. Okay. So I can sit here and kind of work through this like this. Okay. It's like every time he starts doing that, he gets more control. Once he relaxes, pressure control goes away. Right. So as he starts to build, more pressure is applied, but pressure goes away when he subsides. Right. Okay. Good. And then we have that there. That's a good boy. Good boy. Good. So look, did he learn anything there? Not really, but I didn't let him get away with it. Okay. So another option, especially for you guys, when this happens, because you might not be so comfortable with holding all that out, working through it, getting the timing right, we can always just tell our dog to heel. The moment that they start showing that attitude, looking at the leash, thinking, hey, looking at your hand, thinking I might, snap at you, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go ahead and drop that slack there. You're holding on to the end. Okay. Your dog's right there. You're going to tell him to heel, and you're going to take off. You're going to take off. And now you're doing your controlling through your heel. Now you're being a little bit more demanding here. You're being a little bit more pushy. You want to drive the understanding that we're doing this healing because of the attitude you just showed me, right? Now we have a bigger consequence going on. Good boy. Good. Okay. And we've eliminated the possibility of kind of playing that back and forth game with the dog where they might start challenging you more and showing you more attitude, right? So again, you might be right here. Dog shows you attitude. Drop that slack, hold that end, tell them to heel and take off, right? Use that leash as you make your turns, maybe give a couple little jabs there, little jabs on that turns, just to be a little more demanding there. Let them know not to challenge you. Okay. So it's all about, what happens when your dog shows you that behavior, right? And obviously, in Rudy's situation with his character, his personality, yeah, he's pushy, right? And he will nip and he will lunge and he will bite and he will snap. So um, that's exactly how we want to work through it right there. While also, again, teaching him, like, hey, I just want to take the toy and then I'm going to give it right back to you. But I need you to give it to me whenever I tell you to, right? Okay. So again, leash is on. Good boy. Good boy. So again, I want to make sure that he's really getting into it here because he just had that kind of freak out there, got controlled. He might shut down a little because he's like, well, this sucks. I wasn't able to get away with what I wanted and you controlled me. And so we have to kind of build him back up again. Good boy. But the good thing is he's right in it. Good boy. All right. So 3, 2, well, let's make sure he's on it here. Let's make sure he's on it. Good. Want to make sure he's actually holding on to it before I tell them. So I could just ask him for space and to sort of back away from the toy, but I actually want him to give it to me. Good boy. Get that thing. Get that thing. Get that thing. Good boy. Good. All right. So he's not really biting it, but maybe I'll get this. Yeah, there we go. Drop. Yes. Okay. Good boy. See that? That was so much quicker. Did you see that? That was good. That was good. Good. Okay. Let's let him go. Let's let him get into it again here. Okay. Drop. Drop. Yes. Wait a second. Let's wait a second. Good boy. Okay. Yes. Yeah. 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 Yes. That's a good boy. Good. Good. So I just wanted to wait a second just to let him see if he was going to lunge at it again. Good. He respected it. And then gave it to him, right? So you see, the idea is I'm trying to get him to drop it so that I can actually let him play again. That's what's not happening when your dog, gets something that they shouldn't inside of the house, and then you get super demanding and you're like, drop it, give me a butter. And then you finally actually get it from the dog, but it's not a playtime, right? So it's like, okay, okay. The dog doesn't really understand, oh, I'm going to give this to you and I'm going to get it back. We don't always have to give things back to them though. Okay. Cause obviously there's going to be plenty of things that we, are just never going to give them again. Okay. And then two, like we might just end the play. So I might take the toy away from the dog and then end the play. And so they need to have a good understanding of like, oh, right. It's sort of on your terms. That's what's happening. If I have to now say, hey, give me what's in your mouth, it's now on my terms. It's not the dog's terms anymore. That has to be taught, has to be convinced, has to be worked through. Right. Okay. 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 So let me go ahead and end it right there for a second. I'm going to get him some water, make sure he doesn't overheat. That was really good though.